G'day team, welcome to JFK Airport and the start of a new exciting series where we are going to review airline food. In this very first episode, we are reviewing first class American. We can determine, is the price of that ticket really worth it, at least with the food.
How are you doing today?
Good day, how are you doing? Hello. Morning. Now, as a professional chef, I'm reviewing restaurants all the time, including my own, determining is it worth to be on a menu, price point, how's the flavour, how's the taste, how's the presentation. Now, being inside a plane definitely has limitations for a chef. So I'm under no false pretenses that it's easy. In fact, I've actually worked in a galley of a kitchen before in a plane, and it is fun, tight, and limited. With this being said, I'm definitely not going to be Gordon Ramsay from Hell's Kitchen. However, I will take into account presentation, creativity, and of course, taste.
How you guys doing?
Where are you from?
I'm from New York, Queens.
In New York?
Yes.
Queens?
Yes.
Ever been to Australia before?
No, never have.
Got to get you there. Lovely to meet you.
You too.
So if you're keen to check this out, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're going to be reviewing more of these videos along with all the other stuff we have going on this channel. Oh mate, that'd be awesome. I'm going that way. Appreciate it.
Finishing up your cell phone conversations, your texting, your Facebook, and your tweeting. Get ready to put your handheld devices in airplane mode.
Straight off the bat, menu. Babe, let's go chamomile.
Cream and sugar, just plain.
Just plain.
You got
No,
it.
you're a legend, thank you.
Mr. Churchill, would you like to join us for lunch?
We'd love to, mate. That'd be
Would
great.
you like the beer cheddar soup?
Sure.
Okay. For your appetizer, would you like the carrot or the smoked salmon?
Carrots, please.
And for your entree today, the lamb, the sea bass, the eggplant lasagna, or the greens and grains bowl?
The sea bass.
Sea bass. Yeah.
Thank you very
You're
much.
very welcome.
Thank you, man.
Would you like the beer
Legend.
cheddar soup?
To kick things off, we've got our nuts. Now, one of the biggest things to note is when you have mixed nuts, particularly roasted, a lot of places can use the cheaper nuts and have a lot of them dispersed throughout. So you only have the smaller nuts that are the more expensive ones present. So what I was very pleasantly surprised that I had all the pistachios and everything. I love my cashews. The almonds were kind of just as equal. So we also ordered ourselves some harissa carrot timbala. Now this is a pretty amazing dish. So I'm excited to see how it goes down. I do love harissa, I love with some spice like that. The carrots, I'm sure you'll be roasted of some sort. So, and then for our main plate, we're going to be doing the roasted sea bass. Now sea bass is without a doubt one of my favourite fish. So we're going to see what happens here.
Your soup, salad, and appetizer.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Sourdough, white, or multigrain?
Sourdough, please.
You got it. That's a good one.
Thanks, mate.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it. All done. Yeah. Did I do it right with mess? Like out of 10, my mess was pretty solid.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah. Thank you. This is really good.
Good?
It's really good. Have you had it before?
I haven't, no.
Oh,
I heard
dude.
you have
I caught it fresh this morning.
You got it fresh this morning? Mate, it's delicious. So it's like one of my favourite fishes. So that was a pleasant surprise. That sea bass was really well cooked. It was actually steaming on the inside, but not overcooked by any means. That's, I guess, something that you do have to consider when cooking fish anywhere, let alone on an airplane where you're very limited in the amount of resources you have to hit. The beach mushrooms, or the shimiji ones, something we also use at Charlie Street, were awesome. They're really tasty as well, nice little texture, bit of bounce to them. My big critique is probably the sauce. Like, I don't think that was really needed. That's more of a flavour preference as opposed to a critique if I really think about it, because I like my fish, particularly my sea bass, just like letting it do its thing, letting the fish shine. Lemon, salt, olive oil, maybe a herb. But what was really interesting to me is the use of thyme. I felt like I had a flower thyme garden on my plate, so it was kind of overkill. Carrots, like, you know, probably too soft for me, a little bit flaccid. Yes, use the word flaccid, but, you know, again, I'm going to allow that one to pass given the fact we are on an aeroplane. I'm not a massive mashed potato man, but this is very impressive too. Honestly, a really good entree, and I'd be happy to have that at a restaurant, to be fair. One thing we do need to talk about is I think I found a hair in my soup. Now, where that hair was from on board here, or more likely, and very much more than likely, Maverick, it's a shame that puts a little bit of damper on the situation. Now, saying that, I'm very confident to say it was probably from Maverick, so it's unfair. And being a chef, I know how frustrating that can be. And here comes my espresso.
For you, sir.
Thanks, mate. It would not be a complete meal without a dessert. Check this out. It's awesome ice cream, chocolate fudge, and nuts that at 34,000 feet. So, what's really not to love? How do I critique this one? Maybe the ice cream's a little bit too hard. That's probably because they have to preset it, so tough one to really be critique on that. But it's really cool to get an absolute awesome sundae all the way up here.
Churchill, have a good day, my man. Take care. You're very welcome.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Made it. Alright, we've made it to LA, team. And now that I'm in the hotel, it is time to reveal my score for American Airlines first class. We had the carrots with harissa, and I felt that along with the entree, the carrots here were a bit flimsy, cut in interestingly, but ultimately, I think it lacked a bit of flavour, if I was to be honest. We also looked at our bread roll, the sourdough, and big plus is the fact that it was actually nice and warm and steamy, but I will say that I would have loved to have had more age. I actually got served a soup as well, and despite the fact that, you know, I had low expectations on the soup, it was actually quite delicious. Definitely had to be mixed together. Parts of it were really hot, parts of it kind of lukewarm. One of the best things though was definitely that entree. The sea bass, one of my favorites of all time, and it was cooked to perfection. You cut open, it was steaming but still moist on the inside, which often or not you do find when fish definitely steams out, it dries up, and this was not the case. So great job from the team there. When it came to the dessert, beautiful chocolate fudge. The ice cream was hard, so when you're serving something like this, you obviously have to keep it hard through freezing, and that's kind of a thing that's on board. With that being said, it is time to score American Airlines first class. Bang, 7.5. Now, where they score points, definitely that fish, absolutely beautiful. The flavors as well within that sundae, can't go wrong. And I think overall, when I look at that combined with what's on board and what they have, I was actually pretty impressed. So if you liked what you saw today and want to recommend another airline for me to try, comment down below. If you really enjoyed this channel and want to see more of it, make sure you hit the subscribe button because we are going to beat McDonald's. So with that being said, I'm off to go do a walkthrough because tomorrow I'm in LA to promote tourism in Australia, with specifically Tourism Australia, and I've got some morning shows to prep for. Catch you soon, legends. You.